Today we're going to cover what we would refer to as control structures. And like most sessions of class, we're going to learn something new that will allow us to do better and cooler things with Python. So control structures are a way for us to leave a world that we've been doing for 2 weeks now. And that world is a world where when we run a Python program, it executes one line of code at a time. So it just goes from one line to the next line to the next line. And then when it gets to the bottom and there's no more lines of code, the program is over. Control structures allow us to change that pattern and execute different lines of code based on different things, or maybe execute lines of code more than one time. You've seen that example in one of our sandboxes where I set up what's called a for loop, where it executes that same code over and over and over to draw a shape. We're going to actually get into how loops work next week, but today the control structure that we're going to cover is called a branching control structure. And a branching control structure allows us to choose which code to execute or whether or not to execute code based on whether something is true or not. And that sounds very abstract, but we'll get to a more concrete example very quickly. A real life example that you might be familiar with is the perennial "do you like me" note, right? We've all have some experience with that, maybe just in the movies. But in this example, obviously, you write a note, you have your eye on somebody, maybe in class, maybe at school, and you don't really want to completely put yourself out there. Maybe you're a little shy or intimidated by this person. So you write the note that says, "Do you like me?" And you have the little yes or no box. You want to make sure you limit their options. That's good UI design. We like that. So you send them the note, and they check one of these boxes. Hopefully yes, maybe no. And they send it back to you. And when you get that note back, you use that information to decide what your next move is, right? Do you want to go cry in the corner? Or do you want to ask them out? Do you want to hold hands? It informs your next move. So we have a condition that is true or false. And based on that condition, I decide what I want to do.